check this out.
Please welcome from Dexter, Michigan, Amy Robke. Amy is a full-time teacher. She also has 2 children, and obviously you are an incredibly busy person now with, of course, your business here. Why did you even decide to become a Pampered Chef consultant, Amy?
For me, this was an opportunity to do something positive for our family's income. As a teacher, the past couple years, we've been in Michigan having lots of pay cuts and benefit cuts. But I did wonder if I had time to take on something extra on top of all that. Last year in March, my house was hit by a tornado. So we were in a hotel for a couple months, and while we were there, we were dealing with the insurance company and builders and contractors and the bank. It was very time-consuming, and it made me realize I really do have the time. And
Listen, I love it.
I did have the time, and I have to say this is a lot more fun than dealing with that. So I quit complaining about all those cuts and decided to do something about it. So it's been really good to be in control of my own income.
Oh my goodness, I just love your positive attitude. Now I have to ask you this, did you set your sights on Fast Track to Advanced Director rather when you first started?
No. My first priority was figuring out how to enter a show, do a show, what the specials were. There was a lot to figure out, so I actually didn't even really notice the Fast Track flyer in my kit. It wasn't until after I recruited my first 2 to my team when a little memory came to me of something in that box. And I dug through and I found it, and I realized that I put 0 effort into those first 2 recruits. It was easy recruiting them. And I thought, well, gosh, if I did that without really trying, I could do it 2 more times and have it work out. So I just started asking at parties, and it ended up being pretty easy.
I love that. Oh my goodness, there you go again. So what made you decide to really go full out for it, even though you felt it was a little bit late in the game when you finally just kind of found that flyer again?
Yeah, I have to admit I'm really competitive. So I saw the flyer and I kind of had to do it. So if the program existed, I felt it had to be attainable. Someone else was doing it. Why not me? If $500 was on the table, I wouldn't just walk past, I would take it. So I knew what to do. The Pampered Chef made it really easy. It's very clear what you have to do to accomplish it. So I figured I had nothing to lose by trying, but by not trying, I'd be walking away from $2,000. That's a lot of money to me. It's a lot of money to my family. So I felt I had to at least give it a shot. And then I figured if I was going to do that, I was going to give it my all until that last day.
I love it. And that's a lot of money for just about anybody. Oh my goodness, $2,000. As a new consultant yourself, how did you support your new team members?
Initially, I was very worried about that. But luckily, my director, Colleen Finley, who's now it's dark, but she's over there.
Wow.
She eased my mind. She offered to answer questions and help me with their training. She has been an integral part of my success. We teamed up to work with my new consultants. Many times they had questions about things I hadn't even yet encountered, so her experience was very important to be able to help them. She's readily available. She's also very open with me as to what she does with her new consultants, so I can kind of follow her lead with that. We've set up Facebook groups for our teams. My consultants can visit hers as well, both of ours.
Nice.
So we get that layer of experience as well. And the nice thing about that, especially now that school started up again, oftentimes they have questions that I can't answer right then. And by the time I even see the question, somebody on the team or Colleen has already answered it for them. So it's very helpful. And then with all these new consultants on our team and excited consultants, it's been a real shot of adrenaline for Colleen's business as well.
Well, how do you introduce the Fast Track to Director program to your new team members as you're bringing new consultants in?
I tell them immediately when they sign up about it. I tell them that they get $1,500 free money on top of the pay and the products and Pampered Chef dollars and all of it.
The list goes on.
Yeah. I also share that I'll be getting another $500 for a total of $2,000. So just encouraging them to realize that it's possible and that it's attainable. I also think it's important to realize that when you are recruiting, you're helping those people you're recruiting, oftentimes way more than it's actually helping yourself. And I think as women, we often feel like we can't do things for ourselves, so maybe that'll help. But just you're helping other people too.
Yes, exactly. And then it's just such a, again, wonderful, way to think about it. And it's such a gift.